Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us this Wednesday on the Statewide Noon News. I'm Samantha Harrelson. Well, after nearly 2 decades, Libby, Montana enters the home stretch of its asbestos contamination cleanup. The last properties are expected to be finished in the next few weeks. Contractors are working the last 31 properties in Libby and Troy, cleaning up contamination left by decades of operations at the former W.R. Grace Vermiculite mine. That mining contaminated the entire community before the problems were exposed in the 1990s, leading to hundreds of deaths from asbestos-related illnesses. But this fall marks a major turning point for the EPA Superfund cleanup and for Libby as a whole. Home and business owners say their town is finally free of the stigma of the past 18 years.
We've looked at over 8,100 properties within the Libby footprint. We've had to deal with anything from no cleanups all the way to cleaning up everything of these properties, interiors, exteriors, the whole works. So over the years, we've addressed most of those. We're down to our last year now. In fact, we're down to our last couple months. And within that, we're now down to properties that are smaller, not as much contaminant.
While there are still about 200 properties where owners opted to not have the cleanup, Syrian says EPA has been able to break the exposure pathway for asbestos. And in other news this afternoon, the president is expected to touch down in Billings tomorrow evening. President Donald Trump will be campaigning for Senate candidate Matt Rosendale in his race against Senator Jon Tester. This will be Trump's second trip to the Magic City, but his first as president. Trump will hold a rally for Rosendale at Rimrock Auto Arena beginning at 7 o'clock Thursday evening. Metro Park officials are expecting up to 10,000 people to attend. Doors will open at 4 p.m., but people are expected to start lining up much earlier in the day. If you are planning on attending, you're encouraged to arrive early as parking will likely be a challenge. Metro Park has released this information on parking for those planning on going to the event tomorrow. The ADA lot at the front of the Rimrock Auto Arena will be closed to all traffic. A portion of the upper lot will also be closed, along with the portion of the lower pavilion lot that's closest to the arena. The only access to that main pavilion lot will be through the 4th Avenue entrance. The Carnival lot will also be open. Again, the only access will be through that 4th Avenue entrance, so do expect some delays if you're planning to attend or if you're just driving through the area. And the Billings Police Department and other local and state agencies already well into their preparations for the president's visit. The chief says it will be all hands on deck Thursday with all available officers working. Of course, while many of the department's resources must focus on the president's visit, the city must still staff for its normal day-to-day business.
First and foremost, we want to have an excellent visit. We want to make sure that everybody's safe, not only the protectee, but the public. We anticipate some protesters, so we want to make sure that that is handled appropriately, that they have their right to free speech and expression. Yet we want to make sure that that doesn't infringe on anybody else's rights. So big task for the police department and our partners, but we're looking forward to it.
And Chief St. John says one of the biggest hits to the Billings Police Department is the overtime cost. For reference, the Vice President's visit totaled $20,000 in overtime. And meanwhile, Senator Jon Tester has gained some support from the other side of the aisle. The Democrat unveiled what he says is a new group, Republicans who are supporting his re-election campaign. 3 members of Republicans for Tester joined the senator on a conference call with Montana reporters. They included former Republican county committee chairs from Bozeman and Butte and a businessman and military veteran from Helena. All 3 of them say they voted for President Trump in 2016, but they're supporting Tester this year because they see him as a strong advocate for rural Montana and for veterans. Tester is being challenged this year by Republican Matt Rosendale, and of course the president will be visiting Billings on Thursday to campaign against Tester. The Rosendale campaign says all Montanans need to know is that Rosendale supports the president and that Tester opposes him at every turn. Tester, however, insists that Republicans supporting him know he isn't just a partisan warrior.
This is a coalition of supporters who believe that it's about putting country first, not political party. These folks get it. This group consists of dozens of Montana Republicans who will be supporting me in November's election. They may not always agree with me, but they know I'll always put Montana first.
Rosendale, the state insurance commissioner, will be joining the president for his campaign rally on Thursday. In other news this afternoon, law enforcement officials in Butte are investigating a carjacking where a man on an ATV pointed a gun at a driver. According to a release from Butte Silverbow law enforcement, around midnight Monday, a couple stopped at a house on West Granite Street in Butte. The woman took a child from the car into the home when a man on an ATV pulled up and pointed a gun at the male driver. The man ordered the driver out of the car and fired a gunshot into the ground. The driver got out of the car, then two unknown females got into the car and drove away. The man on the ATV also drove off. No one was injured. The vehicle that was taken was a 2004 gray Hyundai Sonata with Montana plates. And a 17-year-old Billings high school student charged with 5 counts of rape pled not guilty. Braden Pond is charged as an adult for the alleged crimes back in 2017. Pond was never booked into jail and was not given a bond, but instead was placed into an alternative setting. According to School District 2 Superintendent Greg Upham, Pond has also been suspended from school. Pond is accused of raping or sexually assaulting 5 different teenage girls. And now we're switching gears over to weather. Ed, how are things shaping up for the day? You know, sunshine right now, and we've got very comfortable readings, Sammy, all across the state. We'll start off with a few pictures, what we can grab here from around the Missoula area. Sunshine, 67 degrees, and just a light wind there. In Butte, 65 with calm wind is steady. Barometer, see plenty of sun. Occasionally, you'll see a little bit of haze in some of these pictures, too. In Great Falls, 63 with a little bit of an east breeze there. For Helena, looking at 63 with the north breeze here as of a few minutes ago, and a slightly falling barometer, but we're still well above 30 inches of mercury. Things look very comfortable. And around Billings, 61 degrees, so temperatures are fairly uniform, but will they stay that way? We'll talk about that with the forecast coming up. Thanks so much, Ed. Governor Steve Bullock presented the 2018 Labor Day report this week. Compiled by the Montana Department of Labor and Industry, this year's Labor Day report announced Montana's economy is continuing to grow, and GDP growth has outpaced the nation in the last decade. Montana posted the 4th fastest wage growth in the nation last year. The state added 4,600 jobs in 2017, and entrepreneurs created 2,900 new businesses. Governor Bullock also praised the state's commitment to apprenticeship programs and their role in keeping workers in Montana.
Now, that's not to take the kids or students out of college, but it's to recognize that there's a path to economic success through work-based learning that not only gives the employer the skills that they need, but also the employee that chance for progression.
The state also announced the first ever Montana registered apprenticeship program in brewing will be at the Blackfoot River Brewing Company, where the governor presented his report. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the Noon News this Wednesday. Coming up, a plane is quarantined in New York after passengers become ill. Details on what caused the scare. But first, things are warming up again. Ed is in with a full look at the forecast right after the break.
You're watching MTN News with Samantha Harrelson, Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh, and Farm and Ranch News from the Northern Ag Network. This is the Noon News on Q2, Montana's news leader.